Hello friends, fans, uh, loyal audience, haters, you're all welcome alike. So I know, that's three times I know. Meaningly I said that was the last video and so on. But something finally I was able to resolve, I believe, correctly and place it where it should be placed. Here, the battle begins to free Marfus or Morpheus. So Morpheus or Morpheus is to be freed from the grip of the agents, right, or the angels. So Morpheus, now we know he's the 666, or Satan in another term, and then he's trapped, starting with Islam and then into Europe and so on. So now here Trinity, which happens to be the, we don't know what she is, right? Sometimes she's a guy, as she said, most guys do, and then Choi wearing hair clothes type coat and so on, and now she's going to war, but guess who's following her, right? Unwillingly, of course. He doesn't know what he is doing. He's just a dependent, someone who's dependent on whatever, and he's loading the gun, right, as you can see. So they're headed for war, right, to free their master, their demigod, their jailkeeper, their tormentor, their whatever. So the thing I got here is really the water, right? The water. I have the reason to believe, from the flow of this movie, from the directions that it's going, that water is blood, really. It could be also hemorrhaging economically, right? Because now so much water, what does it mean, right? So here, although the scene here is what, like 1 minute or 2 minutes or whatever, but here this is really, they're talking about the war to free Satan from the grip of, not the grip, he was really never under the grip, he was always free, right? But now he's way sidelined by the religion of Islam, by eventually European, maybe Catholicism, I don't know, but that's what I believe it is now. Now Trinity here is the driver seat, right? She's flying the machine, but you can see her here, right? She's looking at them, and then she unleashed Neo, right? And she gave him the 1.6 gun, right? The 1.6, remember the 161? That's Zion, right? And then that's the world where supposedly Satan is no longer relevant. So the water is most likely blood, right? Because all these battles, all these wars, say for about 1500 years or 2000 years or whatnot, right? They bled a lot. And also it could be depleting economic wealth or economic viability from those agents and nations and so on that no longer entertain Satan as their master and dog trainer. I mean demigod. So here, you notice there's like so much bullets, and how does he avoid Morpheus? It's just beyond me. Right? Reminds you of something. Remember that movie by Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, when he uses something like this and then he disables all the police and then make sure not to kill them, right? I thought I saw something here, as if there's some kind of a creature, standing there. So you see, this is war or multiple wars, right? And water is blood, or again, economic, financial or economic viabilities or values in a society. It's being just destroyed. And now the water begins to flow over. Building, probably corporate. Again, I am leaning toward the agents being controlled by Morpheus, but not always in this movie. So like I said, Neo is not one and the same. The agents are not one and the same, as you saw in the simulation program. And Neo, of course, being controlled by Morpheus. I mean Morpheus. So this is mass genocide. You know, we're talking Mongols, we're talking communism, we're talking other wars as well. You know, like wars have been going on for a long time. Mass genocide. You know, like in the past century alone, when communism appeared on the horizon, which is controlled by Morpheus, right? And so does Nazism. The conservative number of dead innocent civilians, conservative number, is 200 million in Europe and in the Middle East and here and there, and probably equal number in the East, like Mao Zedong and Pol Pot and whatnot, right? And then before that, England in India and Sudan and France in the Middle East and Africa. But France was a gentleman next to England and what they've done in those colonies and those occupied territories. Oh, they were bloodletting individual, you know, rulers there. And as you can see, the 1.6 is firing, you know, at anything that walks, anything that moves, anything that has anything that's not under the control of Morpheus or Morpheus. Right? Right. So this is genocide, really. Now notice, he's got the advantage of guns, right? While the agents don't have, they're outgunned, way outgunned. You know, the agents have guns, but they're brave, right? They're fighting and they're firing back. Yeah, they're way outgunned. You know, like those agents now don't have air force, don't have anti-aircraft weaponry, they don't have tanks, and they just don't have anything really. They have like simple guns. See, I mean, that denotes how much ammunition, right? Morpheus sent with those, and you know, Israel or Trinity, you know, watching, and these are what we usually use back in the old world. When we say there's like a great killing fields and so on, like two massive filling, we say rivers of blood, right? You know, they spilled rivers of blood. We don't just say spilled blood. They spilled rivers of blood. So that's what I think these are. You know, they're hemorrhaging whatever they have, blood, and economic or financial values are being just taken out from them and, you know, wasted, right? All right, let's stop here for a second. So this is a new seed after they killed the Neo who was running and fighting the agents in Balboa Station, right? Right? He was killed, right? He was shot and killed, right? These are the bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I'm gonna buy 2. I don't know what the heck is that. Maybe these are gibberish numbers or whatever they are. Anyways, so he's killed, and now this is a new Neo. They erected from the seed of that original Neo. They erected a new one, a new Neo, right? Or they cloned, or they gave birth to a new Neo that is totally owned by Zion, like that, right? In the neck. Remember in the neck, right? How that Nebuchadnezzar, which looked like an insect, grabbed Neo by the neck in the incubation pod. Now that's a moment of dream. Is he the one? Well, there is one among those Neos. But what they're expecting here is really a daydream, right? They're trying to imagine things that this Neo is the one that they own now from their seed. No, he's not the one. Maybe his father is. Yes, he was, right? And for them to have Neo fight to save the Nebuchadnezzar or Zion, ain't gonna happen. They're dreaming. Why am I saying this? Because Neo, the one who was just shot supposedly and killed, the originator of this Neo, knows their story and their secrets. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Circles, circles. Okay, I got to make a few comments here.
I know you're out there.
Yeah, he's everywhere, not just out there. Yes, he's even next to you. His angels and his agents and oh, he's closer to you than you think. He's closer to your heart than your jugular is.
I can feel you now.
Yeah, you can feel him. You always felt him. We all do, right? He is our maker. He's our creator.
I know that you're afraid.
Oh no, that you have wrong. Mad of a dog. That's a big misconception. And if you really think in clarity, right, you will realize that this is not the case. But Marfus or Morpheus stuck it in your mind like a needle, like a splinter. He, remember, when he gave you the red pill, well, he raised you. You're this new one, right? Now these, I remember I explained about the code being Sharia or law or something of the sort. Now here, when there's only one, and that's numbers, right? Numbers. Before that, all those who believed in Sharia and Islamdom were in fact Chinese, Europeans, blacks, whites, you name it, right? I mean, the entire earth was so and so, except few small places, right? But then it was converted only into numbers. I did explain that before about division and so on, but now, yes, it's being divided and put into back into Animal Farm, right? But they're numbers. They're no longer code here. This is no longer code. This is numerology. This is numbers. He's not afraid of change, nor can you do any change. If there's any change, he does it. He's way upstairs and here as well. There's no system failure. If there's a system failure, you wouldn't even exist or make a movie like this. Yeah, true, you don't know the future.
I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end.
Oh no, you can't tell him how it is going to end or begin.
I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
If you begin something, he allowed it, authorized it. Why? Because this life is really about what he created. It's not a computer. It's life, it's choices, and so on and so on, which he allowed us and gave us freedom and slack to maneuver therewith or within.
I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to...
Don't care about hanging up your phone. Regardless where you are, you can go deep, way underground, right? And he'll see you and know what you're doing, and what you're thinking, or how you're feeling, and what your plans are, and. In fact, if you continue to live, you and Marfus or Morpheus, is because he is supporting your life system, life support system. He is providing that to you.
Show these people what you don't want them to see.
Ready? What are you going to show them? Folks, this is Animal Farm. Marfus or Morpheus is driving you back into Animal Farm after you were freed from it.
Without you.
Oh no. If it's without him, this world will shrink and shrivel in an instant, right? And just dissipate into nothingness. Without rules and controls, possibly, right? But not 100%, right? And then anarchy prevails. Or the life of Animal Farm, right? Animal Farm or Brave New World, right? Aldous Huxley, or 1984, or We by Zamyatin, or Animal Planet, remember? Planet of the Apes, where humans go in the fields and steal crops. They don't even talk. They're no longer able to talk, right? Well, the monkeys there are allusion to something that's historical. If you care to know, I'll let you know.
Rules and controls without borders or boundaries. Oh,
Borders and boundaries are modern day concepts after the takeover 250 years ago by Zion, right? By Zion and Morphous or Morpheus. Then these borders and boundaries were created. If you're talking virtuality, they were never there in the first place. You can go anywhere. Nobody stopped you. There were no borders. There were no passports. There was nothing, right? In fact, it was removed by the appearance of Islam. Let's see, I don't know. Maybe I can read some stuff here. 239930360, right? 40339. Okay, this one here means more. 3, there's 29960. Well, 996 minus 994, remember on the file, may mean 2 years, right? Which is the span of this movie. Remember when they displayed it on the top of the screen at the beginning of the movie? Right? Let's see. Right? Yeah? And then they display it at the end. It's really almost that. No, 1 year and 7 months. I shouldn't say that. But these numbers may mean something, I don't know. Here they're frozen, right? May or may not. Okay.
without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible.
Like anything is possible, what? Like you kill a human being with impunity, ignite a war with impunity, steal trillions on their account, and you're above the law, right? EMFA, I don't know what that is. Right? AI maybe? I don't know. Let's see.
It's possible.
And then MF. What is he talking about? Is he calling you names? MF, right? MF, Madafadog. These are the Kukukowskis. Looks like a leg to me. Motherfuckers. Remember? He effed you guys. Now he called you MFs. Those Kukukowskis or whoever wrote the script.
Where we go from there is a choice we need.
Neo, or Morpheus for that matter, you never had a choice. Except your personal choice and will. He doesn't have a choice. He always has the choice. He is the one who gives choices. Who am I talking about? God or Allah. You guys don't know him, do you? Or somebody tricked you into thinking that he's weak or something. Alright, let's see. Why is this girl looking at the camera? I don't know, she wants to attract some attention. And then you get your hats, right? Those brimmed hats, right? Remember in the series The Vikings, when that short guy, dark Middle Eastern looking, he says, "What if your God was a brimmed hat person?" Ah, no, it's not mine. Morpheus or Morphous will never be my God. Let's see. That's this guy, and he's got reflection here. What does that mean? What does that mean? Means this guy, Neo, is now a guy with a hat, brimmed hat. See? It's right there. Right there. Right? And this one looks at you to attract your attention, but if you have keen sense of observation, you will see his reflection. That's who Neo is. He's a rabbi with a brimmed hat. Notice he doesn't move. Everybody is moving except him to relieve the reflection long enough for you to realize who he is, and that guy as well. Notice he doesn't move. That's scary, man. I wouldn't marry this woman. Those who put sunglasses like this, oh man, not me, man. I don't know what that guy looks like. He looks like Gorbachev or Stalin or something. I don't know. That's Scholz. That's definitely Scholz. This one is Merkel. Wait a minute. This one is Merkel. I don't know. That is. You know, they all look like certain personality. This is Scandinavian, perhaps. I don't know. Notice this guy is still standing there. So that's Neo, and his identity or his new identity or personality. And then China just came into the scene. See? This one is just, here is looking away. Right? She married the Swede. Now the Swedes are Jews. Let's see. Wait a minute. Now notice, when he wants to exit, this rabbi leaves the scene, right? And now you see Golda Meir. She's on the heels of Scholz. Now they're looking at him. Uh-oh. Long black coat, and there comes Queen Elizabeth. Lilibet. You know, I can't read those books. I wish I could. I mean, those signs. Who's that? I don't know. They look like certain personalities, political or financial or something of the sort. I don't know. This guy is a Shetland. He has a ponytail. I don't know who he is. Hey, look, that woman. She came around. I swear to God, the one who was looking at the camera. Now she's made it all the way next to him. She looks like Arabs or Persians or whatnot. They just unleashed him in the world he never seen. He was always in the incubation pod in Nebuchadnezzar. He knows nothing out, anything, right? But he is a fighting machine. He's a dog unleashed into the world. Shadow. Dark. You don't see the leash or the yoke and the chain around the neck and the feet and so on, but I see them, I do see them. He's looking at God. Let's see. I don't see anything really here, except roofs and whatnot. But I think I mentioned this before. All the cars here are white. Notice, all the cars here are white. So yeah, that's what it is. The water is either blood or financial and economical things being destroyed and depleted from those civilized, smart, intelligent, genius people who sidelined Morpheus or Morpheus, right? You get it, right? You get it? What the heck is that? That's like swimming in space. All right. The Kukukowskis, again, I don't think they wrote this script. This has taken a lot of work and a lot of thinking, and those who wrote it, they know history and You know, I don't know. Maybe silvers. I don't know. Silverman. Okay. Yeah, here's Chinese, right? Chinese. Japanese, Chinese, right? Same thing, right? Now you got two lines. Could some of these be Hebrew letters? Well, I don't know. I mean, they don't look like that. All right. Have a nice day, friends. I promise this is the last one. Well, I did say so before, but you never know. But that's it. I think the water is what I just explained. And I added a couple of observations, like the reflection on the telephone booth into Morpheus. Now he's a rabbi, right? With a hat, brimmed hat. And the water, I just was able to explain the water. I think so, yeah. I think it's blood here, and then anything that has value. Well, including blood, right? So have a nice day. Bye now.